Did that just say it's time to visit the camp? What did we do? Beginning of a long road. Okay, yes. World wound awaits. What else do we need to do? While the world burns, the Inquisitor is waiting for the commander in the camp for an important decision. Okay, we'll talk to them. A farewell. The young cleric wants to discuss something important. It might be a good idea to hear what they say. Okay, let's go talk to our two new people then. Let's see, that's Erebeth. Oh, we still needed to talk to her about something else, right? Oh, who's that? Oh, that's the Prestidige whatever golem, right? Commander, allow me to say something. Erebeth looks even more serious than usual. Before you, this wasn't a war. It was agony, drawn out over decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons attacked the city, for some it was a relief. At least the end had come. They laid down their weapons and surrounded without a fight. I felt the same thing, but I somehow got through on stubbornness and the vague hope that if nobody found Nevia's body, she might by some miracle have survived. And that miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me when I'd nearly lost all hope of seeing her alive again. Then you went on a suicide mission to the Grey Garrison and won the city back for us. You turned a defeat into a victory. I know it wasn't easy, but you make everything seem so effortless. You do everything just like that, she says with a snap of her fingers. The Queen believes in your powers too, but for me, they're just more proof of what I felt that day when I saw Nevia alive, standing next to you. You're the miracle we've been waiting for. You're the one who finally put an end to this terrible war and in spite of everything, deliver us the victory we so desperately need. With you, I'm sure this crusade will achieve what the others could not. Aww. Let's see, it's hard to believe your origin is so humble. You deserve a noble title more than many who inherit them. Erebeth's cheeks blush a little. Thank you, Commander. It is an honor to hear that, especially from you. Every noble family begins somewhere. You must have heard the recent story from the stolen lands and the river kingdoms. Just imagine, coming from nowhere and making it all the way to a royal crown in just a few years. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if I'd managed to distinguish myself somehow. But then I push away such unworthy, selfish thoughts, of course. We don't fight for rewards. The fight of the world is at stake. And yet, Erebeth's blush deepens and she falls silent. Well, I found a scabbard with your family name on it in the Grey Garrison. Erebeth looks down. This scabbard held the Solemn Hour, my family's sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I left home to become a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with my heirloom willingly to help someone dear to me. Nevia needed expensive healing, and having no other way to procure the money, I pawned my father's sword. I think he would have understood. I'm sure he would have given up everything to help the family. I hope to redeem the Solemn Hour eventually, but there was never enough money, and soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. I have no idea who took it. Seems like I'll have to part with my father's sword forever. Well, you did have the Order's coffers at your disposal. How can you even suggest that? Erebeth lovingly traces the name imprinted in silver on the scabbard's leather. My parents were loyal servants, yet it wasn't enough to earn them a title or a coat of arms. Still, however humble our name might be, it is worth something. I don't know if I'll ever see the Solemn Hour again, but at least I have its scabbard back. Thank you. So it turns out the Queen has had her head of counterintelligence watching me. I wonder why. You think the Queen doesn't trust you? If that were true, she wouldn't have put you in charge of this army. My main task is to be your advisor until you've gained enough experience as a commander. As for counterintelligence, Nevia and I were tasked with keeping an eye on your inner circle, but you're not under suspicion, Commander. You're under our protection. Well, thank you, Erebeth. Do we need more soldiers? Let's see what this option says. Erebeth frowns. When we began the march on Dresden, we chose speed over numbers. If I order more volunteers to be recruited, they simply won't arrive in time. We could pay mages to deliver the troops to the camp, except I doubt that our army's coffers could afford it. If you can spare 7,500 gold coins, I will see to our reinforcements. Yeah, how about later? As you command. Thank you, Erebath. Oh, that's a recruit. I thought that was a Nevia. Okay, well, we gave her back her thing. That's Woljiff. There's our blacksmith. Mysterious elf. Oh, has he been arguing with them? Yeah, he's been arguing with them the entire... Hello. He disappeared. I saw you talking to the girl hiding her face. Who was she and what did she want? I don't know, Commander. She never introduced herself, but I bet she's not a part of our army. I know all our soldiers by name and by sight. Wilser frowns gloomily, his cordiality gone in an instant. She was looking for some elf volunteer. Wanted to know which tent he was sleeping in. At first I thought she was a messenger from Mendap. She definitely wasn't one of us. But now I see how it all looks mighty shifty. The quartermaster eyes you with concern. She was some sort of spy then? Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Your supply would do any wine shop proud. Does a crusade really need this much alcohol? Wilser smiles slyly. Don't think I'm trying to encourage drunkenness among our crusaders. It's all in good fun. A way to blow off some steam. When soldiers can gather by the fire and raise a cup to honor both the living and the dead, it reminds them that life goes on. But those who drink to excess or to detriment of their duties won't get a drop from me. There is no sight more depressing than a drunkard. All right, well, remember that. Let's see, there's a crusader. Oh, there he is. Commander, a tall man with piercing yellow-green eyes gives you a brief nod. Let me personally congratulate you on your new title and thank you for your time in advance. I am Leoder Hawkblade, an Inquisitor of the Church of Iomade, the bringer of light. I require your assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions, young Count Darren Araday. Oh. He told us what brought him here, but okay, what brings you here? I ask you to assist the Church of Iomade in an investigation of the utmost importance. I understand that the leader of the crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but please allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps it will explain why I'm calling upon you. The Inquisitor's open face instantly reveals his feelings. He frowns and looks through you, lost in his thoughts for a moment. I suppose that you have already heard about Count Arenday's story. I refer to the tragedy at the Heaven's Edge estate. You're going to investigate this old case again, aren't you? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt the widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, I was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carried the spirit of old Mendev before the World Wound. And yet on that day, it turned into a labyrinthine house of horrors, like something only seen in our nightmares. Apologies for the digression. I wanted to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seemed odd. Why was the only person left alive a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic? Why did nobody send to Canabras for help, even though the agony spanned many hours? We found the demons dead with their heads cut off when we got into the estate. How were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladins present at the estate, who were said to be immune to any disease? If the demons had found a way to penetrate the holy warrior's defenses, why has this never been repeated since the tragedy at Heaven's Edge? You are the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness of those events is currently serving in your army. Your army's route will take you near the very site of the tragedy. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that seal. He is unlikely to invite Inquisitor inside, and in any case, he won't like me sniffing around his family seat. But if you, as his commander, express your wish to visit the estate, you will be obliged to fulfill it, and I will simply follow you as one of your attendants. There are 100 ways, 1,000 paths, and myriad loopholes in human lives that the forces of evil can use to their advantage. I'm not sure which one of these led the demons to the gates of Heaven's Edge, but I do know it wasn't a simple raid the kind crusaders face every day. That incident involved a significantly more powerful entity, and that is why I'm asking for your help. We cannot be sure that such a tragedy will not happen again until we uncover the truth. So, you suspect that Darren is hiding something that he is to blame for the tragedy? I deliberately refuse to entertain any theories or suspicions that it doesn't affect the investigations. Oh, so that it doesn't affect the investigation. There's a saying among my colleagues that suspicion is the mother of prejudice, and prejudice is married to failure. I can only tell you that Count Arenday wasn't suffering from demonic possession, the most common malaise in our country at the time. That's unfortunate. Prelate Halloran himself examined the boy right after the tragedy, and he didn't sense anything awry with him. I don't really trust the prelate, but kudos for him for not actually executing him. Well, did you question Darren himself? I did, but the Count insisted he couldn't remember anything about the incident due to severe shock. He saw the demons at the very beginning when they appeared at the celebration to announce the onset of the plague and mock their victims. He also witnessed the death of his mother, Countess Selene? Yes, that. That was all he could tell me. Leodor pauses. He had found the young count sleeping like a log on the floor in one of the rear chambers, having drunk about half the family wine cellar all by himself. There is no reason to disbelieve him on that matter. So you have been to the estate several times. What do you expect to find now? I was young and inexperienced Inquisitor when I first visited Heaven's Edge 10 years ago. My skills have improved significantly since then, and I have paid dearly for that. Leodor makes a vague gesture, pointing at his scars. My arsenal includes many spells and techniques dedicated to gathering information about people and events. Almost all of them require me to be physically present in the place where the event in question happened. That is why I must return to Heaven's Edge. Okay, well, why can't you just search the estate yourself without involving me? The estate is abandoned and sealed with powerful containment enchantments that only the Count himself can lift. This is not the main reason, however. The main reason is that Count Arenday is not officially under investigation by the Inquisition, so I couldn't just break into his house even if I found a way to bypass the spells. This is a serious matter. Leodor frowns. A matter that threatens the reputation of the entire Church of Iomedae and my own organization in particular. We made more than enough unforgivable mistakes during the Third Crusade and are still dealing with their consequences. Your presence will give my investigation the necessary legitimacy, Commander. But there is more. In addition to getting official permission, I'd also like to bring an independent third-party investigator to this case. Someone independent but well-respected, and you fit this role perfectly. Okay. Fine, I'll help you. What do you need me to do? Leodor bows his head to you with exceptional reverence. Thank you, Commander. Now I ask you to speak to the Count and tell him that you wish to see Heaven's Edge. Please do not inform him of my presence right away. I will join your escort when it's time to travel to the estate. When we get there, I will also require your help during the investigation. You'll have to follow me, observing my actions as an independent witness. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. I will remain here for a while. Yeah, that's cool. Are you one of Prelate Holrune's followers? Leodor's face freezes for a moment, but he nods. Yes, of course. Are you aware that it was I who killed him? Leodor's face proclaims his astonishment. No, I wasn't aware. Why are you revealing this to an Inquisitor and so calmly? That's a surprisingly bold move. Bewildered, he is at a loss for words. How did it happen? Just thought the world would be a better place without him. No. I wanted to protect a priest of Desna. He was deemed a traitor and threatened with execution. Oh, I will have to confirm your testimony when I finish investigating the Count's case. But knowing the revered Holrune and his attitude towards the Desnans all too well, I also know that it was true. This news is hard to accept. Why did I leave Canabras right when everyone needed me the most? Perhaps I could have protected the people and prevented my brethren from making fatal mistakes that led to such an ignominious end. Yeah, maybe. Tell me more about yourself. I am Ulfin by birth. What is an Ulfin? I guess that must be your area. You can't click on it, though. Or whatever. But I have lived in Mindev for most of my life, dedicating myself to the service of the Inheritor. My warrior brethren mostly worship Vorum, but I have never been eager to fight for the sake of battle alone. I was a good fighter in my early youth and could easily best most of my peers, but I didn't enjoy showing off my skills. Victory is bland on its own. Purpose adds flavor to the war. Let's see what's score room. Gorum, also known as our Lord in Iron, is a god of battle above all other pursuits. It is said that he would rust away into nothingness if there ever came a time when with no more conflicts to be fought. His faithful believe he is present in every iron weapon of war that is forged. I can't say that I have always been a faithful sword of Iomedae. Back in my mercenary days, fate brought me to the borders of Mendev, where I spent quite a long time among the Crusaders, fighting shoulder to shoulder with my righteous comrades in arms, and watching demons commit their atrocities eventually led me to something I had been seeking my whole life: purpose and faith. That is how I found my calling. Even though it may be hard at times, I have never regretted my decision. Well, cool. I need to go talk to the Count. Just know I'm watching you. You try anything funny, I'll get you like I did the Sosul's painting. Like I did Prelate Hellerin, although that was an accident.
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you.
Oh, you're so
Thank you for
polite.
taking the time to talk to me. It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
Oh, that's so nice. Who are you, and how could you possibly be of use to my army?
My name is Sozio Vanek. I am a cleric of Shaylin, the Eternal Rose and the Goddess of Beauty. Yes, I know that many people would consider me useless in a war. This is not a usual war, though. Just consider our enemy. The Abyss and his demons are the very embodiment of everything evil and ugly in the world. Perhaps a disciple of kindness and beauty might come in handy. I have no doubt that we will win this war, Commander. We just have to. It is our destiny. My role is to help you, and all those standing by your side in this struggle, to survive and flourish. Everyone deserves the chance to find peace and happiness in the world that they are defending so selflessly.
That's so kind. What are you painting? The cleric's eyes linger mournfully on the canvas. The unfinished painting depicts a temple crowned with a rainbow-tailed bird, the symbol of How did he say it? Shaylin? Shaylin. 5 people dressed in robes stand before the temple, men and women, young and old. They all gaze back at you with radiant happiness and joy in their serene eyes.
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help, and then they saved my life, Commander. If the Prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on my way to Nerosian, and hurriedly returned to Canabris, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple.
I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
This is why you have to treasure every moment you spend with the ones you love. Today you're together, but who knows what tomorrow may bring.
You're right. I took their company for granted and never even imagined that they might just disappear in the blink of an eye. So many words left unspoken. Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
Oh, so what made an artist enlist in the army?
Perhaps I am a true artist, or simply an amateur who defaces canvases in my spare time. My goddess is a patron of art, so painting is part of my prayer, and I put all my heart into my pieces. But I am a cleric above all else, so I must also tend to others.
Oh, yes, you must tend to others. I feel like we've gotten to the point in the world where everyone's like, oh, if you're not a good artist, like if you can't like sell your art for money, then you're not a true artist. And it's like, no, any form of art that you make makes you an artist. Whether it's paintings, drawings, cross stitch, resin art, whatever. Like if it makes you happy and you love what you're doing, then you're an artist. Who cares what other people say?
I went to war because here's where I'm most needed. Sure, I could be painting idyllic landscapes and offering empty prayers to my goddess, but that won't stop people from dying. My goddess has no tolerance for false piety.
Sounds like a good goddess. You wanted to discuss better than my goddess. We perpetuate death constantly. You wanted to discuss something with me, right?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabris behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaylin who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort.
This Zacharias guy was very important. He has a wand and a cemetery and statues.
I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
Huh. Well, I think we can handle that. It was nice meeting you, Sosel. I'm not going to ever pronounce your name right. Have a good... Now I have to go.
You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
Yay, Master Zacharias' place has been revealed. Darren, my friend. There you are. So, how do you like your new role, advisor? Darren winces. You also enjoy poking me with that stick, don't you? Imagine it, me, a crusader. If my dearest cousin hoped to teach me a lesson, she managed it perfectly. An assignment I couldn't avoid without losing face. This idiotic journey leading straight to the demon's maw. I could have been on a pleasure boat right now with the loveliest songstress and Pidax on my arm, and a bottle of the finest Keonan wine to keep us company. Incidentally, I blame you all for this. Darren lets out a sigh. Well, actually, I think Cousin Galfrey is to blame for everything that's happened to me. And I suppose some of my misdeeds could be considered my own fault, but I can hardly be expected to take responsibility, can I? Certainly not. Therefore, I shall lay all the blame at your door and plot my revenge. He gives you an innocent smile. Oh. Did you also receive a fraction of that unusual power? Looks like it. I genuinely hoped that getting away from you would be the end of it. If your gift truly did come from Iomade, then giving me a smidgen of that power was a very subtle joke on her part. I had no idea that our divine lightbringer of Mendev even had a sense of humor. Don't get me started on my many acts of sacrilege against her. That obscene engraving, the truth about the test of the Starstone, is the tamest one by far. What did you do, Darren? The Starstone is a unique gemstone meteorite that was part of the massive meteor shower that struck Galarian in negative 5293. This event, known as Earthfall, caused the destruction of many ancient empires, including Azlant, Thazalon, and Kolaran. It also created the Inner Sea and ushered in the Age of Darkness. What engraving did you do? I kind of want to see what that is now. Well, whatever. People say that you're deliberately trying Queen Gralfrey's patience. Is that true? Does it even matter? All of Mendevian high society has declared war on me. They either despise me or they're trying to steer me back onto the path or the right path. And I'm doing everything in my power to keep them on their toes. I relish the prospect of all the fun this mess in Canabris will bring. Darren grins from ear to ear. I shall either commission a song about the great Canabris fiasco from a certain talented bard, or confuse the jewelers with a rather tall order. A batch of silver dragon toys with detachable heads. Give me a week and they will be in every shop in the capital. Oh no. We're not that great, let's be honest. You should make sure it's really easy to rip the wings off your dragon trinket as well. Kids are going to love it. Darren laughs. So be it. From now on, you are my muse. Well, I'd also like to visit Heaven's Edge and see the Erendale estate someday. Oh, I was just about to mention it myself. I've been thinking. Now that I'm in the middle of this whole crusade nonsense, I simply must devise new ways to have fun. With all the recent commotion, my birthday completely slipped my mind. What if we were to celebrate it at Heaven's Edge? It's not far from here, and you'll get to enjoy a banquet in a bona fide haunted house. Darren seems to have trouble getting the words out, which clearly indicates how rarely he has to ask for anything. Since you're my superior and I'm your advisor, I am obliged to ask your permission to leave for the festivities. And I want to invite you, too. I'm sure the commander can free up an afternoon while the soldiers are on leave. Wow. I don't like any of these answers. We'll just say all right. Perfect. You'll have a ball. I'll make sure of it. Something strange flickers in Darren's smile. All right, my advisor. Till we see each other again. Like in 5 minutes when I make a party to leave this place. I don't think I have to talk to anybody else right now, right? Farewell, what is this? Let's see. Okay, that's helping social. This family heirlooms. We already asked her about. Oh, it says it's complete. Okay, never mind. Where's our blind elf? Did he not come with us? There's Leon. Okay, I guess let's step outside and see what... Oh, wait, somebody's coming after us. Ulberg. So, you're the war chief now. You're going to lead us to free Sarkoris from those Fae. Ulberg nods his head with respect. I felt it the moment I saw you. This one is special. But you'd go and get yourself a whole army in no time? That I didn't expect. Well, how does your newfound power feel? Has it gone to your head yet? It's an odd feeling. So many people are counting on me. I can't let them down. Yes, it's a scary thing to be responsible for others, especially when you're not out picking mushrooms, you're taking them to war. Even if you win, some of them surely won't make it back home. And you're the one who has to bear the burden. Ulberg runs his hand over his beard and shakes his head in thought. But I know you'll do just fine. And not because I've seen you in battle, although you are worth a whole band of warriors in a fight. I know you'll make a fine war chief because you're not thinking about power or honors. You're concerned about the people in your charge. As long as you hold on to that, you have nothing to fear. Well, I didn't come here just to flap my gums. Since I'm going to war and you're in charge, I better do this the right way. Ulberg lowers his head and says sullenly, My blade and my life are yours, war chief. I mean, it's not like I need a blade. My talons and beak will do the trick. But saying it like that is a done thing. My talons and beak are yours. Just doesn't have the same ring to it. Oh, there's something else. I can already see things are bad, but the tales of all the Sarkoris burning down and its people dying off? I'm sorry, I don't believe those. Can't be true. We're not the kind of folks to be snuffed out just like that. I have kin in a village not far from here. Current Glen. Oh my gosh, I smushed that word together, didn't I? Let's go there and talk to them. Have them fill us in. They're smart folks. Perhaps they'll help us in battle too. Together, we'll clean up Sarkoris before you can say, "Alright, ye foul creatures." Okay. Ulberg bumps his fist into his palm with a chuckle of bravado. All right, I'll go prepare for the road ahead. Take care, war chief. Yay, I'm a war chief now. Love Ulberg. Anybody else want to stop and talk to me? Jeez. Okay, it was saving. So we still have chicken thighs. Oh my gosh. He's got power attack on. Do I want to take anybody different with me? I know he wants to visit the chapel, but I don't know where we're going, so I'll leave it like this. That is so complicated. Oh, his cemetery is like right there. Okay, so maybe I should grab. Oh, can I? I can't. Oh, there we go. Okay, I can't zoom out. Why would I want to go down? There's a winged wood. What are these little? I'm guessing these are bases? The little castles? Oh, this is Canabras. What is this? Okay, Sela. Oh, geez. Okay. Some nameless ruins. Chili Creek. That's for... Okay, that's like way up there, Old Brig. Oh, that is all right next to Dresden. What is it, guys? Okay, so I guess let me go back to... What is this? Oh, it's my little warriors. Look, I got like 10 of them. Oh, you know what? I turned off the... I'm going to have so much fun with this. I turned off the... How do you do this, pop-ups? Okay, let me go back to... Can I go back to camp? What do you do? What does this button do? Oh, okay. I want to go back to camp. Let me back in. Oh, no. Nope. I don't think I can go back to camp. Oh, this is bad. I need people. And I brought the wrong people. Can I click on... Oh, no, that's not what I want. Okay, that's better. Oh, you know what? I should probably also check. Does Sosul need to... Where even is he? Hello? There you are. Should probably get you... Let's see. You're wearing medium armor. If I'm going to have to carry you anywhere, carry you. Take you anywhere. Should probably get you some armor. Oh, hey, it's Healer. Oh, wait, we already talked. Did we talk to him? I don't think we talked to him. Oh, it's a good thing I had to come back to town then. Healer nods approvingly. You earned the title of Commander. Canabra still stands thanks to you. But you'll have to be doubly on your guard. Your Eminence places a target on your back, and there are assassins about. Killing a high-ranking Crusader would bring a demon far more prestige than killing a common soldier. Not long ago, I stymied a few of the Spinner of Nightmares attempts on the lives of influential Crusaders. Man, I can't talk right now. So I know what I'm talking about. Wow, what influential Crusaders did you say from the Spinner of Nightmares? I'd been hunting the Spinner of Nightmares for over a year. My agents, by that time I'd created a proper network, reported to me that she'd returned to Nerosian. I immediately suspected that she was planning a great atrocity. By that time, I'd learned all too well that the Spinner was master of illusions and charms. That's why I never left the house without this. Healer takes a monocle from his pocket and puts it on carefully. This is the Eye of Truth. It allows me to see through illusions. My friend got it from the priests of Nethys. However, neither this monocle nor my network of agents were adequate to prevent the attacks, and we were nearly too late. The Spinner of Nightmares decided to strike at the Cruciform Cathedral. They had gathered to celebrate the victory of the First Crusade. It was a great holiday, and there was a lavish ceremony at the cathedral. An influential priest, Anthoclitus, was in charge of the festivities. They were intending to crown him with a tiara, a symbol of his high status, but the sacred tiara had been replaced. The Spinner had obtained an Inquisitor, a sentient and rather ominous cephalopod from the other end of the world. She'd raised it from an elver and trained it carefully. Those are words. And she cast an illusion on it so that everyone would see it as a tiara. The moment its shell was placed on Anthoclitus' head, the cephalopod would release its tentacles and penetrate the priest's skull. Its poison would seep into his brain and it would seize control over it. Anthoclitus' dead body. Fortunately, we were able to stop this madness in time. I spotted the Spinner of Nightmares in the crowd, chased her down, and we ended up crossing swords on the roof of the cathedral. I nearly defeated her, but she fled upon a giant stallion which was able to run across the air as if it were on the ground. Ooh, I want one. Can Meatloaf do that? I was so close to catching her. She'd suffered a setback, but I let her escape. Healer's bitter and angry smile shows he hasn't made peace with his failure. Cool. Tell me about your confrontation with the Spinner of Nightmares. It's a long story. Telling you everything would take 2 days. Which part do you want to know? Oh, okay, so this adds every time we talk to him about that. Okay. Well, I need to go. Good luck. Watch your back. Only trust your closest friends. The enemy is cunning and treacherous. You know, you have a really weird... These all just say horse. It would be nice if, like, we could put Meatloaf in here. Speaking of Meatloaf, where did he go? Oh, I missed a box. Yay for me, I missed a box. Oh, I missed like 2 boxes. We gotta go all the way around. Oh my gosh. We gotta come all the way back around. Oh. Now you want to talk to me? Okay. Horgus Grim has been expecting you. His thumb stuck in his belt. There you are. I've been waiting. As you see, I too have joined the crusade. I don't know how to swing the sword, but war is costly and I have money. Besides, my intellect and business sense may prove useful even on the battlefield. Besides, I believe... Horgus shifts awkwardly from foot to foot. I believe I owe you an apology. The way I behaved was rude, ill-mannered. You are an honest and honorable person. That's up for debate. You have clawed your way up from the bottom of society to the title of Knight Commander, and you are friends with Queen Galfrey herself. Such persistence deserves respect. Horgus tilts his head in a brief acknowledgement of your merits. Please, allow me to give you this magic amulet from my humble personal treasury to mark your future cooperation. Good night, guys. Let's see. No, should we be acquainted with each other? Yeah, let's ask him this. What can you tell me about Count Darren Arenday? The nobles of Knaber should be acquainted with each other, shouldn't they? He's a brilliant young man with a brilliant pedigree, and that story of his. The nobility is the glue that keeps our society together. I suppose that is why demons so often choose their estates as primary targets. Who would notice the demons' bloody massacres if they only slaughtered poor country folk? The Arenday family shared the tragic plight of the Worms, along with many other members of the nobility. They fell victim to a treacherous attack during a major celebration taking place at their family estate. I hadn't received an invitation and was slightly insulted by the snub, but it turned out to be a blessing in disguise. The gods saved me from a terrible fate. All the guests died that day from a magical demonic disease. I sympathize with the Count deeply. He has endured so much, and it's no wonder he keeps himself aloof from me. I think this is due to the fact that Horgus Gorm's fate so resembles his own, and we both have to relive those horrible memories whenever we see each other. Yeah, aren't you afraid I'll reveal your secret? Are you threatening me? I've invested a lot of money in your crusade, and I will invest even more, and yet you think to humiliate me in front of everyone? That's not going to work. If a scandal breaks out, it'll be your word against mine, and I've been known as Horgus Worm for several decades. I own a vast estate outside Knaber, and a share of the local quarry. I will defend my good name to the end. Your claims will seem like vile slander. I'll see to that. Horgus's face becomes blotchy and his eyes nearly pop out of their sockets. He calms himself with visible effort. However, I do hope it won't come to any of that. We're all here for a common cause, victory over the demons, and I intend to see this business through. Yeah, that's true. Why did you hide the fact that Kamalia is your daughter? Didn't I tell you this at the mansion? It's because her mother, Iris, was a lowly half-elf who looked after my garden. I always wanted to join the Gorm name with another noble family. The Gorm legacy must not be mixed with common blood and vanish into obscurity. Iris didn't mind, and we managed to hide our relationship. When Kamalia was born, I did not claim her as my own. To all of Mindev, Kamalia is the daughter of a lowly servant who died over a decade ago. That sounds so sad. Oh my gosh, Horgus. And before you start telling me what a terrible father I am, I want to tell you something. My daughter wanted for nothing. All her whims were fulfilled as quickly as they arose. I hired the best teachers and bought her the best books. She always ate well and had warm clothes. Isn't that what a parent does? Kind of, yeah. How did Kamalia's mother die? Horgus pierces you with a long, heavy stare. I'm not going to tell you about that. Some things ought to remain private. Okay. Probably demons, like everybody else. Why have you decided to support the Crusades now? With all due respect, that's none of your business. I have my reasons. Perhaps I felt a rush of patriotism when Knaber's was destroyed. Anyway, why would you think I never supported the Crusaders? Perhaps I simply don't like to brag about my donations. Ostentatious charity only attracts beggars. I'd wager that Arabeth has no idea whose money she's spending on drinks and supplies. Fun times. Thanks, Horgus. I thought you were a vendor. You are not. You are not the vendor. Arabeth's a messenger. Dude, I've been gone for like 5 seconds. And you're standing on Wilster. My goodness. A message for the commander. A knight in simple armor lowers his voice. I'm the queen's bodyguard. She sent to tell me she's arrived at Camp Incognito, and you're yelling this out in the middle of the camp. You can find her where the minor nightly orders are camped. Come if you wish to speak with her. Yeah, I had other things I wanted to do. Okay, well, tell Her Majesty I'll come at once. Certainly. And by at once, I mean after I make purchases. Yes, we can sell the cider. We're gonna keep our lucky head. Glowing scales. What else? Let's do. I think we have plenty of. Just wanted to empty that out a little bit. Okay, I get where are you? Over here somewhere? Minor nightly orders. You're a recruit. I guess let's go talk to the queen. There's Old Brig. Oh, I missed another box. What did they do? Replace the loot? With more loot? Queen Galfrey nods to you cordially. Her armor is plain and unadorned. As promised, I entered the ranks incognito along with a few bodyguards. I have introduced myself as Kitrain, an old friend of yours. Yes, because we're totally friends. I am a knight of a minor order, the Green Crows. We shall see how long it takes Nevia to sniff me out. She probably already knows you're here. How does it feel living for so long beyond all natural limits? You're over 100 years old, my queen, aren't you? I shall answer thus. The decision to prolong my life was not mine. It was the decision of the Church of Iomade. The Sun Orchid elixirs have been paid for by the Church. The priest determined that I was needed in these dark times, both as a ruler and a chosen paladin of Iomade. I accepted their decision and the great responsibility it entails. Cool. Well, why did you entrust me with Darren? The queen smiles. I saw such a wonderful opportunity to teach the Count a lesson and just couldn't resist. Honestly, I expected you to dismiss him forthwith. The Count would have been forced to return to court a laughingstock. It would have been a truly sobering experience. There is nothing more disgraceful for a Mendevian nobleman than to be discharged like that. Darren Aronday, the queen shakes her head. He was such a lovely child. His mother, Lady Selene, was one of the most gracious people I have ever met. She was amiable yet decorous and truly kind. Bonds of kinship among the nobility are, on the whole, highly practical and only useful for forming alliances. The Countess Aronday managed to become a true member of my family. I suppose that is why I spent so much time believing her son to be a better person than he actually was. His company is a heavy burden. Still, I must admit that I'm quite pleased that you decided to keep him on as a companion. There is a small chance that once he has had a true taste of the Crusade life, the Count will finally cease to mock the Crusaders as cynically as he is wont to do. Well, you've given an army and the title of Knight Commander to a stranger. Why? Because for 100 years I have protected my lands, trying to drive the demon horde back into the abyss. I've tried every right and rational method. The queen affords herself a brief, grim smirk. My armies have been led by the greatest generals, even Iomede's angels. My goddess's herald created the war stones for us. We have tasted victory more than once, but we have failed to close the world wound. As for you, do not call yourself a stranger. You are the savior of Canabras. Hundreds of its people saw the power that descended upon you and turned the demons to dust. It's the sign they've waited for decades. A sign for all loyal hearts and followers of Iomade. The time has come. Hope has been rekindled in the hearts of my subjects, thanks to you. Hope is a priceless resource. I had no choice but to give it wings. You called it the sign they've been waiting for, but I take it you are reserving judgment? Your question seems to catch the queen off balance. A strange spark flashes in her eyes. When Aroden perished and Iomade took over his legacy, I was among the first to serve the new goddess. I helped restore her church from the ashes left by the chaos after Aroden's death. Since then, I have served the inheritor loyally and truthfully. I like to believe that I have earned the blessing of my goddess. The queen's voice is surprisingly ardent. After I learned of what happened to Canabras when I met you, the Defender's Heart, I had so many questions. Is it true that what happened was Iomede's work? Why did she give this power to someone unknown rather than one of her most loyal followers? Could it be that my faith has grown weak and I don't recognize the deeds of my goddess even when they are happening right in front of me? Is the goddess somehow testing me? Those thoughts were like poison. But I refuse to let them poison me, the queen finishes strongly. I gave you an army, declared you knight commander, and accepted you as I would anyone chosen by the goddess. Is that why you decided to join the crusade after all? Because I have a curious mind, and I am quite unable to sit and do nothing for long. The queen smiles, but then grows serious. You ask a difficult question. I must remain as safe as possible. My death or abduction would sow chaos among our forces. However, I am not only a queen, I am also a paladin of Iomade. It is not in my nature to sit in a palace with my sword sheathed. In a manner of speaking, your request was simply a convenient excuse for me to be where I belong, crusading against the demon hordes. Besides, I am curious to see my new knight commander in action. I have a question for you as well. Why did you wish me to join on the crusade? Let's pick at her too. I wanted to know you better. Surely you know how intriguing you are. Enough, Commander. The queen scoffs with a smile. Everything that could possibly be known about me has been written in the chronicles and notarized. Well, may I ask you a personal question? I've learned so much about Queen Galfrey from chronicles and legends, but what about the other Queen Galfrey, the one that the historians and bards cannot see? The queen smiles faintly. That Galfrey is an old woman, weighed down by a great burden. She has not lost her passion, and she will make the feathers fly when the time comes. Oh my gosh. I like that one. Oh, I look forward to working closely with you, and who knows, maybe feathers won't be the only things flying. Galfrey arches her eyebrow. It seems my knight commander is not above resorting to clumsy innuendo. Do you really think that you are the first person to attempt to charm me with such words? You are not. If you want to impress me, you'll need to do better than that. Oh my gosh. Don't forget. Here I am Katrain the Knight. Yeah. Katrain the Knight. And I'm Kidis. And I can no. Oh my gosh. I need to quit. I'm not bad at jokes. I'm not good at jokes. Anevia. Anevia sweeps an inquisitive glance over you. So tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Grey Garrison end? I heard the rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You've no idea what the cobblers, the Crusaders say about you? I guess that must be a term for gossiping or something. Some say that Iomade came to you and appointed you her herald. Others say that you died and an honest-to-God's angel is now leading the army disguised as you. Oh, that would have been great. But no. Still others say it was just an explosion in an alchemist lab and I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. Ugh, I wish. But you know, you really have changed since the Great Garrison. It's hard to describe, but you've become kind of... Anevia waves her hand trying to find the word. More dangerous? Yeah, exactly. More dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander, and by doesn't I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies, and not to us. Or to yourself. Alright, watch yourself now. Oh my gosh. I know if I keep picking the demon path, I'm probably going to wind up eating everybody. Let's try not to do that. Okay. I need... Oh, he has... That's a cold iron short spear. I thought I had a special pokey stick. Can he use wart? Can he use hammers? He's a cleric. Why is he using a pokey stick? Let's see. Heavy flail of weakness. Long sword. He could use a. Could he use a long sword? Here, let's pick that out. Let's pick this out. Wow. Wow. Okay. I did not keep. Oh, what is this? Oh yeah, this is the lesser diadem. Okay, Sissel. Can you can't use either of those. You can only use the pokey stick. You can only use the glaive. Okay, well you're just SOL then. Is Galfrey not in here? Can I not? I've got to look at all the characters very carefully. I guess not. Okay. Well, fine. And want to give you a better weapon anyways. I can exit the area immediately. But what if I miss somebody again?